man don't need a gun to get respect up on the street.
Good afternoon, I'm Taj Jenkins.
And good afternoon, I'm Khalid.
Today's topic is about the U.S. budget. We're going to point out the top 3 major issues later on, but here's Khalid with one of them.
Thank you, Taj. One of the top issues right now is that the United States owes a big chunk of money to the other countries. We owe about $6 trillion to the federal government. We use that money to spend it on Social Security, Federal Reserves, military retirement, and many more. In addition, on June 10, 1921, President Warren G. approved the act to provide a national budget system. We have here news reporter Dwayne with more on the issue. Dwayne?
Yes, Khalid. I'm here with Mr. Mom John, who is a Republican, and this person who would like to remain anonymous, but he is a Democrat. Let's see the issues, starting with issue number 1. The U.S. owes a big chunk of money to other countries. The U.S. owes about $6 trillion to the federal government and owes about $5 trillion to other countries. Let's hear the pony's thought on it.
It's a horse, by the way. Very disrespectful. My thought on that is very serious. We can't be owing a tremendous amount of money to other countries and ourselves, you know. How can we be owing money to others while we need to be owing money for healthcare, jobs, and many more?
Very thoughtful. Now let's hear Mr. Mom John's thoughts on the issue.
Thank you, Dwayne. Well, obviously my thought is very different from this pony head right here.
It's a horse head, bruh. Very disrespectful.
Yeah, whatever. I believe we shouldn't worry about owing money to other countries, you know, and ourselves. It's not our top priority. Although we do need to owe back money, I believe the lower and middle class should pay more so we can pay back the money faster. Make America great again.
Do you have any more questions back at the studio?
Yes, Dwayne. We have another question, and this is from one of our viewers at Yeezus2020, who said, shout out to the guys at the studio. In 1981, Omnibus Budget Reconciliation Act and the Economic Recovery Tax of 1981, the two bills established Reagan's fiscal priorities as tax cuts, reductions in domestic discretionary spending, and increased military spending. Which is your viewpoint on both acts, Dwayne?
Yes, at Yeezus_2020, I side mostly on Reagan's approval of this act. At the time, we were in the middle of the Cold War, so yes, we did need to spend more money on military to show more of an arms race against the communists. Any more questions?
Yes, we have a ton of questions coming in. This is from the political party GOAT. The Omnibus Budget Reconciliation Act in 1993, I believe, was President Bill Clinton's first budget. The fiscal year 1994 budget proposed the highest peacetime tax increases in United States history, cut appropriation spending, and renewed the structure of the Budget Enforcement Act of 1990. What's your take on it, Dwayne?
Well, that sets the tone for the budget. I love the fact that at the time he was cutting appropriations, spending to recover the budget deficit. Any more questions, guys?
Yes, we have a question from at Moderate Theory 84 asking what is our thoughts on the 1995-96 government shutdown. Hashtag Team Damien, hashtag 2016 election. Well, my thought, it is a good idea to step back and agree to balance out on the budget.
Do you have any more questions back at the studio?
Yes, we do, but we have to go to break. After the break, we'll be talking more on some of the issues on the U.S. acts.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
If anyone needs more evidence of why the American people are suffering at the hands of their own government, look no further than the budget deal announced by Speaker Ryan. In addition to this, sources from CNN said that Donald Trump said he would not seek to renegotiate with nations' creditors. If there's a chance to buy back debt at a discount, that's what I'm talking about. Finally, Trump was asked for details of his budget plan from conservative radio host Hugh Hewitt. He said, "We will cut so much, your heads will spin."
You'll have the great pleasure of voting for the man that will easily go down as the greatest president in the history of the United States. Me, Donald John Trump.
We'll answer 2 more questions to continue with about the U.S. budget. We have a question from the Democratic Harambe asking about the 2001 Election Growth and Tax Relief Recollection Act. The Economic Growth and the Tax Relief Recollection Act of 2001 was the first major tax legislation signed into by law by President George W. Bush. Was this a good idea? What's your thoughts, Khalid?
Yes, Taj, that was known as the Bush tax cuts. I mean, you have to do what you have to do to balance the U.S. budget. My opinion on that is that it wasn't a strategic way to balance out this accomplishment. And the accomplishment was to make the budget at least balanced. I strongly believe that the upper class should contribute way more than the middle class and low class. I can go as deeply as homes losing values, people losing their houses, less money contributed, and many more. Any more questions?
Wow, that was very informative. I like your thought on the act. Now we have the last question from Scarecrow Voter asking, the Emergency Economic Stabilization Act of 2008 legislation was passed in the wake of the international credit and subprime mortgage crisis that began to make itself known around 2007. What comes to your mind during that time?
Well, Taj, what a time to be alive. First thing that comes to my mind is the increase of home ownership rates in the United States climbed steadily of nearly 70% in 2004. This meant that the homeowners had to pay more for their houses, losing money drastically, but it wasn't until credit crunch grew a full-blown crisis. In the middle of 2008, I am thankful for what President Bush did for signing the legislation in October 3, 2000.
Very thoughtful memory, but let's not forget the signing of the legislation on October 3rd in 2008 led to credit by many containing the spread of the financial crisis. Many others criticized the legislation as an unjustified bailout of Wall Street. Imagine their risk of their investments.
Thank you for your questions. And to follow us, go follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram on Views from Channel 6. And also check out our website, www.viewsfromchannel6.com/US budget. And to get most from our information, go to the website. And we'll come back after a break. We'll have the top 3 issues with Dwayne.
I'm Hillary Clinton, and I approve this message.
How will Hillary Clinton improve the U.S. budget if she is the President of the United States? Well, this is what she has to say. First things first, I'm going to be raising Americans' incomes. That will be my top priority. I'll rebuild our infrastructure, invest in clean energy and manufacturing, create millions of good-paying middle-class jobs, and rein in college costs and out-of-the-pocket health expenses. I'll pay for my proposals by closing corporate tax loopholes and asking the wealthiest to pay their fair share.
Drum roll, please. Issue number 2 is the total U.S. budget deficit is negative $616 billion as of 2016. The U.S. GDP, gross domestic product, is $16.5 trillion. Total mandatory spending is $2.44 trillion. Total discretionary spending is $1.1 trillion. However, most of these deficits are spent on military. Let's go with Horsehead's thoughts on it.
This is amazing. We are spending most of our money on the military, man. Why not spend more money on something that we were worrying on, like an employment or an education? Although it is a good idea to have our military strong, we can figure out something to decrease the amount of money that is spent for the military, man.
Great points made there. Now let's hear Mr. Mom John.
Yeah. So, what are you talking about, man? I mean, you're saying the military is not important? Who's protecting us from threats around the world 24/7? Huh? The military is protecting us. We need to pay to have them better weapons and to be prepared for the worst case scenario. We're living in America, man. America.
Great counter-argument. This felt like a debate between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. This concludes our top 3 issues of the U.S. budget. My name is Dwayne, signing off.
Thank you so much, Dwayne. And that did seem like a debate. Mr. Mom John looks a lot like you.
He does not look like me at all. But although I do agree with you that it looked like debate, this ends our segment of the show. For more information, you can go to our website at www.viewsfromchannel6.com/US budget. I am Khalid, signing off.
And I'm Taj, signing off. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching, and have a great day.